This is the easiest one bowl, most chocolatey, delicious, moist cake you will ever make. It's perfect for any occasion. You can put any toppings and fillings into it. So let's get started. We're going to start off with our wet ingredients. So we're going to add in 2 eggs. I've made this cake a dozen times for birthdays, made one for Valentine's Day. I've made them into cupcakes. I've topped it with chocolate buttercream, vanilla buttercream. You can simply just dust a little bit of icing sugar on the cake and it's delicious. Next up, we're going to add half a cup of oil. I'm using canola oil, but you could use vegetable oil. Now we're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract or vanilla essence. And we're going to give it a whisk. To this, we're going to add our flour, 2 cups. Now we're going to go on with 1 1/3 cups of castor sugar. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking soda. Hopefully I've got enough in here. And rather than doing a chocolate buttercream filling or icing on top, we're going to do a lovely cream and strawberry filling. And the final dry ingredient is going to be cocoa. This is just the Cadbury cocoa powder. It would be really nice if you could get your hands on some Dutch processed cocoa powder, which is by far the best. I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup. Okay, we're going to give this a mix. I've just realised this is looking very dry, and do you know what I've missed? I missed out the 1 cup of milk at the beginning, so I'm going to add that in now. It's fine to go in now. I'm using whole milk. That's looking more like it. Okay, so that is our batter so far. And now the final ingredient that we're going to add, which really does make the difference with keeping this cake super, super moist, 1 cup of boiling water. Once we add the boiling water, the batter will seem really thin, but don't panic, it's exactly how it should be. Just be very gentle though, because you've got boiling water in there and you don't want to splash yourself. Definitely suggest leaving this step up to the adults. Okay, that's our batter. As you can see, it's a really loose, runny batter. But like I said, don't worry, it's going to be absolutely perfect. I have 2 9-inch round baking tins here, and we're going to divide this batter between the 2 of them. This is one of those recipes when people have it, they always ask for the recipe. And people are always so surprised at how easy it is. Okay, I think that looks about even. We're going to put these into a 180 degree preheated oven, and they're going to bake for 30 to 35 minutes. Okay, let's put these in the oven. While our cakes are baking, let's make the filling. So like I said earlier, we're going to do a cream and strawberry filling. We're going to start with 200 ml of heavy whipping cream, and we're going to add 1 tablespoon of icing sugar just to sweeten it up a little bit. Once you've whisked that how you like it, we're going to fold in some freshly chopped up strawberries. Make sure you give these a rinse and a dry to make sure they are nice and clean. Once you've folded in your nicely diced up strawberries, the final ingredient we're going to be putting into our filling is some chocolate biscuits of your choice. I decided to use chocolate fingers, which are just a really simple vanilla biscuit with a chocolate coating. I'm just using a handful and chopping those up. I'm keeping them quite chunky so it will give a nice crunchy texture. And that is our filling all ready. Our cakes are out of the oven, so I'm just going to double check they're ready. I've just pressed down lightly on the top and they're nice and springy, which usually means they're done, but I'm just going to double check using a bamboo skewer, and it's come out clean, which means it's done. I'm going to let those cool for 10 minutes and then we're going to take them out and let them cool for the rest of the time on a cooling rack. Work a sharp knife just around the edges just to loosen them up. Right, they're looking pretty good. These need to fully cool before we put our filling inside. Our cakes have cooled down, so now we can assemble. So I'm going to put the first layer down onto a plate. One of the cakes has kind of risen a little bit more into more like a dome shape, so I'm going to leave that one for the top, and then we're going to use this one that's a little bit lower, a little bit flatter, as the bottom layer. Here is our filling that we made earlier. So this was our whipped cream, icing sugar, cut up strawberries, and also we added some chocolate finger biscuits into there as well to give it a bit of crunch. So we're just going to spoon that onto the top of this first layer. You can put as much filling as you want. I think if it's a special occasion, probably the more the better. If you can kind of see it coming out the sides as well, the presentation will look really nice. That's looking good. And now we're going to pop that top layer on. Okay, that's looking good already. We're just going to finish it off with a light dusting of icing sugar. Okay, there is our finished cake. Let me know if you try this recipe and how it turns out. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. I would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Bye.